So all the same considerations apply whenever you're looking at buying a house with a few people as they do whenever you're buying them, individually or with two people. There can be a little bit more wiggle room. What might make sense might be a little bit more reasonable, but you still need things like a stable income. You need to make sure that you want to actually live in the place that you're going to buy the house for multiple years. It's a more long-term kind of thing. You want to be a homeowner and you want to start building equity. Other people that you might want to buy a house together with. It's not something to kind of just, it's not something to take lightly. You need to, again, really trust the people that you're doing it with. And then lastly, I think you need to have time and energy to commit to the house and co-ownership. Like it's something where you need to be able to tackle issues as they come up.
To form a co-op, you really just need the articles of incorporation, but then at your first AGM or your annual general meeting, as a group, you adopt the bylaws as part of the co-op. So articles of incorporation summarize the members of the co-op, the board of directors, what your purpose is as a co-op, and some other details like that. It also defines individual liability or the liability of the co-op. And then the bylaws, you have quite a bit more free rein on what you're going to include there. It's going to include all of the details that are going to help you run your cooperative. So it'll vary depending on what the purpose of the co-op is. It will include things like the conditions of membership for each of the members, any processes that are going to take place to operate your co-op. So for roles within the co-op, you need a president, you need a vice president, and you need a secretary. It's also recommended that you have someone also act as the treasurer because it is important to track financial documents throughout the year, and that has to be reported on in your annual general meeting. So it's useful for one of the members to also occupy that role or having someone else do that for you.
Also crucially, this is one of the most kind of complicated parts of the process, and there are local resources to help you through this. So you can reach out to the local co-op council. We were provided with some templates and someone worked with us to, worked through the articles of incorporation and the bylaws to make sure that they were going to accomplish what we wanted them to.
If anybody is interested in reading a little bit more about cooperative homeownership, myself, Patrick, and Dylan created a short guidebook that people can have a read through. The document's available through the PEI Cooperative Council. It's available for anybody who's interested in learning a little bit more about cooperative homeownership and figuring out if it is a choice that may work for you and your peers.